Hello gamers. Today I'm going to be doing a little firing test. There's been some talk on the forums about the M1 and it being way too accurate, completely spammable, um, but I know that's not true, so I wanted to do a little controlled firing test. And what I've done is I've come out here to the firing range and I'm going to test several rifles. On their accuracy and basically their more their recoil, how hard they kick up. And what I've done is I've positioned myself in a spot that is completely even with this particular uh, white dummy here on the range, and in a spot where I can see that this dummy in the distance is directly below the M, which also happens to be on the left edge of this taller building you can see in the distance. And we'll be using the building and the trees to show the various effects of the recoils of these four guns that I'm going to test. And what I'm going to test, I'm going to test the Lee Enfield, the 98K, the G43, and the M1 Garand. And you're going to see that from these tests that the Garand has a greater kick than any of them, which basically means that it's harder to control, especially when the Garand is compared to the G43. And all these fire full rifle rounds should have relatively similar recoil kicks. And the Garand and the G43 are obviously both semi-automatic. What I'm going to do to really pinpoint the test is I am going to start aiming at the foot of that dummy, and I'm just going to press the fire button. I am not going to control the mouse. In fact, I'm not even going to touch the mouse. I've programmed one of my keyboard keys to do the firing. We're going to see after 8 rounds where each of these guns lines up. I'll do the test twice for each gun, and we'll then review exactly where the gun ends up, and we'll be able to see which one has the most kick. So 8 rounds each. I'm going to start with the Lee Enfield here. I'm in a kneeling position, and I'll just start firing right now. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, so that first test, the aiming point pretty much ended up about halfway up from the roof to the top of the trees. I'll go ahead and reload, and we'll do the Lee Enfield one more time. I have noticed some randomness variation on some of these, so it's always good to do these a second time. So again, I'll start at the foot of the soldier, and 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. So maybe not quite as high as the last one, but still well above the building. And now I'm gonna go switch to one of the other guns. We'll do the 98K next. So here I am, even with the M. And let me get even with this. Alright, looks like about the same spot. Kneeling position. And I will have to reload with this after the 5 rounds. So here goes. 1, 2, 3, So basically we ended up just above the top of that tall building. Go ahead and reload. We'll do this again. Again, starting at the feet. And 1. And we're basically at the top of that building. Almost. So now we're going to switch to the G43. Position myself. Get right under the M. And okay, I think we're set. And aim at the feet and go. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right at the top of that building, just about. Just like the 98K. Repeat. And 5, 6, 7, 8. And again, right almost at the top of that building. And the last weapon we'll test is the M1 Garand. Alright, even with that. Over a tad bit. Okay, here we go. Starting at the foot. And whoops, wrong button. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Slightly above the building there. Try again. That time we got a lot higher. You see the variation, some of the randomness in the recoil. I'm going to go ahead and try it again. Line up the foot there. And 1, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think you're going to find consistently the M1 will be about halfway between that building and the trees almost every time you do this. So this is about on par with the Enfield kick, but a lot more than the 98K and the G93. And the idea of hitting a target in 8 rounds in 2 seconds with the Garand at 100 meters is pretty ridiculous. I'm going to do it without holding the mouse. I'll fire as fast as I can. You end up pointing at the sky. Now, controlled with the mouse, I'll try and hit that target. I'm not the best shot in the world, but been playing Scriptum for a while, so here goes. And I think I hit the target once. Let's try again. Did a little better that time. I hit it 2 or 3 times. And I'm gonna go as fast as I can now. Oops, kicked out of aim there for some reason. And one more time. Let's reload that. As you can see, it just bucks all over the place. There's no way you're gonna hit 8 rounds on a human-sized target at 100 meters in 2 seconds. If you're very good and very lucky, you might be able to do it every once in a while. I think I got it like 2 or 3 hits there. Anyway, so that's my demonstration. Hope you like it. Hope it's a little informative. And yeah, the M1 definitely has more kick than the G93, despite them both being full rifles. It's pretty much on par with the Lee Enfield as far as kick goes per round. You're welcome to try this test yourself. I'm not pulling out any tricks or special things on this to get the results. Just doing a controlled test here. Thanks for watching.